Hello everyone, my name is Diana Minta. I'm a Togolese entrepreneur. I'm inviting you today to join tepdirect.com, which is Togolese entrepreneur professional directory. Free subscription is going on right now. Hurry up, join our website www.tepdirect.com. Again, www.tepdirect.com. Tep Direct, a reliable services for our community growth.
Salut tout le monde, moi c'est Emilia Banks et aujourd'hui j'aimerais vous inviter sur TEP Direct. Alors c'est quoi TEP Direct? TEP Direct c'est une plateforme qui offre à tous les Togolaises et Togolaises qui ont un business à s'inscrire et à se faire découvrir par le public togolais aux États-Unis. Voilà, donc je suis sur TEP Direct, j'ai mon business enregistré là-bas et que vous soyez client ou que vous soyez business owner, j'aimerais vous inviter à aller faire un tour sur TEP Direct. Merci.
Hello, Harriala.
Hi, I'm so excited.
I'm more excited than you because I don't know about you, but I like money. So if somebody is about to teach me or tell me about how to make more money, I am all about it. So
Yeah,
I'm very,
of
very
course.
excited. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining. If you haven't already shared this stream, go ahead and click the share button. Share to all your groups, all your friends, invite them because we are going to chat between one another. We're all trying to be billionaires. It's billionaire gang.
Exactly. And when you share, be sure to share it on either Facebook or on YouTube.
Exactly. So today, what is our topic for today, Ariella?
Multiple streams of income.
Money, dollar sign.
Yeah.
And guys, we have two very special people as our guests today. Okay. So I think everybody is ready to start. So I'm gonna bring on our first guest. So our first guest's name is Miss Solange Kolie. She is the regional vice president for Primerica Financial Services. And her passion is to educate, is to eradicate financial illiteracy in the African community. So she wants to impact, financial wisdom in our community. How awesome is that?
That's amazing.
Like it's so amazing. Like that's for that to be somebody's passion. Like people are passionate about clothes, about food, and her passion is to teach people about finances. So I'm very, very, very excited to bring on Miss Solange. Yay! Hi, Miss Solange.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I am very honored to be here with you tonight. Like Clarice said, my name is Solange Kolie. Most of you have known me. And for the people that haven't, like she said, my passion is finance, to teach financial literacy. That's what I do. So I don't want to talk too much, but I think we will get in more into detail about that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So let's just begin. Solange, can you just tell us a little more about yourself, something that's not in your bio, just so that we all can get to know you more on a personal level?
Okay, so on a personal level, I am married. I have two kids, and I can't believe they are almost 16 and 14 already. It's amazing how time go by so fast. And I always introduce myself as my profession actually was a dental hygienist. I was a dental hygienist by profession. I always say I am a dental hygienist by profession, but finance is my passion. So that's who I am, and I've been in this country for almost 20 years, actually. Time, like I said, time goes by so fast.
Yeah.
I came here when I was 22 years old, and I went through a lot of things. And I don't want to bore you guys by telling you my whole life story, but that's what I want to share so far.
Awesome. Thank you. Um, so we're gonna bring on our next guest, and then we're gonna move forward with the questions, Ariella. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So our next guest is Mr. Philip Bruce. So he is. I like to call him a startup guru. Okay. So if you are somebody that is an entrepreneur, or you are somebody that like business startups and everything, Mr. Philip is your guy to go to. Okay. So he has held up several executive leadership positions with different startups, and currently he's the CEO and founder of one of the most prestigious nonprofit organization currently in Omaha called the Bloc. So I'm not gonna take the heat from him. I'm gonna let him come and introduce himself and tell us a little bit about him. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Philip Bruce. Hello. You're on mute.
Oh yeah, man,
There you go.
that's my technology for me. Hi everybody. I don't think I can second your introduction because that's amazing. I will not go as far as calling myself a guru, but I will say that I've done enough of work with startup and started a few organizations myself to be able to give a couple of advice here and there. And so I would like to start with thanking you guys for hosting this show. Um, I've been watching them, and your content is amazing. And thank you for the audience as well. You have so many good questions, and you participate, and I love watching it. Thank you to my co-host for joining. I will be leaning on you a lot tonight. Uh, and so a little bit of a background. I'm married. Just had a little one recently. So unlike my co-host, my kids are still small, so that comes with the territory of little sleep. So if I doze off, forgive me. But other than that, like you said, I founded the Bloc last year in the middle of the pandemic, and so far we're doing great. Last year we distributed over a million meals across the
Wow.
globe, and we keep going strong. This year we have a lot of things that we're planning. So we're doing great things, and I'm here to answer any questions and contribute a little bit of the knowledge that I have, mostly in active income. So I'm just gonna jump right in and put that term out there, which we will discuss later, I'm sure. But that's to the extent of what I will say to get started.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow. Thank you so much for such a insightful little spiel about yourself. So we're gonna kick off with the first question. Just a basic foundation question, and it's what does it mean to have multiple streams of income?
Shall I go first?
Sure, ladies first.
Always.
Okay. When I was preparing for this, I asked that question to myself, and one of the easiest answer that I came up with was, it's not having two jobs. That's
Mm,
that's one of the things that I wanted to clear out of the way, that multiple stream of income doesn't mean having two jobs or three jobs, because we are going to talk about what exactly is a multiple stream of income, because you have to be making money different way, not the same way, just different places.
mm.
that
that
is
that just
very
hit
well
me.
said.
That just hit me. Like you, no. Let me. No, hold on.
Right there.
No, I had to like take a step back. Like no, because that right there, like I think I like my light bulb just went on like real quick. Like it's not about making money same way, just different places. Like it's about yo, you just said something.
Yeah, that is a great explanation, and so I will say multiple streams of income. The term itself sounds self-explanatory, but when you dig into it, she hit it right on the head. Most people think you have to kill yourself and just have one full-time job and two part-time jobs to bring in money, and that is actually not the case. Hence, the first term that I use as far as active income. Most of us have a trade, we have a skill, or we have a career in which we exercise our profession.
Mhm.
Um, that's usually uh, one of the main income that we bring home. I would say, most of the middle class um, does some sort of full-time job, or maybe
Mhm.
even a part-time job.
Yeah.
But your income stream should not stop there. You should be, when you think about income, you should be thinking about making money every day somehow. Even if you're doing your 9 to 5 job, are you making money elsewhere, doing something, helping someone out? So, like, the term itself is making money through different means,
Mhm.
other
Mhm.
other than your primary source of income.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I think that take us to our next question when we talk about, because I know one of the you are mentioning active income and stuff like that. So I want us to dig in a little bit into that and talk about the different type of income. So you are saying active income. What is an active income? So if you're saying there's an active income, that means there's also a passive income, right? So can you elaborate a little bit on about the different type of income and what does each of them mean?
Yeah, your active income is mainly the work that you're slaving for. Uh, you're working, you're grinding, and you're bringing in that money consistently. So it
Mhm.
is something that you're going out and getting on a day-to-day basis, and it becomes a routine. That is actively making money. It
Mhm.
is like you set a goal to make. Like when you go to apply for a job, for instance, you're chasing that active income because you know it is guaranteed once you get that job, at least for the time being, you will be bringing some money. That is
Mhm.
active. That is pretty much the definition of an active income.
Mhm.
Now, when you go on the other side, passive income, you see it every day, especially back home.
Okay.
We People are ingenious when it comes to passive income. You may just host a party and sell something. That may not be something that you do every day. You may just get a gig as a DJ and host a party, play at the party, and make $500, $1,000 on the weekend.
Mhm.
Um, you're making money, but it is not your full-time gig. It is something you're doing on the side just to get income. But then you can also dig deeper into the passive income. The rich people make their money work for them. So although we say it is passive, it's not just sitting, you're not just sitting there and doing nothing and making money. But most people will make money through investing
Okay.
or savings. If you have a savings that is earning you interest, that is a passive income. You're not actively, like when you put your money in a savings account, it's not a job you're working on it 24/7. The money
Mhm.
is working itself out. So
Right.
those are different type of passive income that you can get. Buying stock, trading, making money on that, it's passive. Now, again, the term passive is used loosely because you have to do a little bit of homework, but it is used in conjunction with the fact that you're not waking up every day and grinding for it.
Mm-hmm. Miss Solange.
All right. Thank you, Phil, for that. I think that's exactly the notes that I have. But I did a little bit more research, and then I actually asked how many stream of income do we usually have. And then I saw the list was keep going, but then I just wanted to share like 7 of them with you. So, like Phil said, the first stream of income is what we call earn income. You work, and then, yeah, like when you go to your job, like he said, the money that you make is your earn income. You work for it. They
Mm-hmm.
said the second type of income is profit. You buy something, you sell it, you make profit on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another way of making income. The other one, they say interest. Phil mentioned that you put your money somewhere, or you borrow somebody's money, and it's making they are paying you interest on that. That's another way to have another stream of income. They say the fourth way is to have royalties. I don't know if you guys are familiar with royalties. I know a lot of people in our African community, including myself, used to have a franchise. So if a company like a McDonald has a franchise and then is selling that name and the system to people, people pay them royalty. And it's the same thing with the entertainment industry too. Like people that make movie, every time somebody play those movie, they get paid every
Mm-hmm.
time. And those are
Mm-hmm.
the part of the passive income that Phil was talking about. You did it once, and then it keep making you money, or you
Okay.
sell one of your system, and then it keep making you money over and over. The fifth way is they call it capital gain. It's getting a little bit more technical. That means when you put your money up to investing, you gain some money on it. They call it capital gain. That's another stream of income. That's what Phil was saying. A lot of rich people, that's how they make money work for them. And then another way is the having a dividend. All those are getting into the investment. And then your rental income is the fourth, it's the seventh stream of income, actually. That means you buy properties, and then you rent them, and then you get money from it. You work,
Mm-hmm.
you did the thing once, and then that is producing income for you. All those things that I said, besides the earn income, the six of them are more like a passive income, where
Mm-hmm.
you are not working all the time to make it. That's why I make my statement that I make at the beginning, that multiple stream of income does not mean having 2 jobs. Because if I'm a dental hygienist, if I take 2 jobs at a different dental place, doesn't mean I have 2 stream of income. It's the same stream of income that I have. I just work 2 jobs.
Because those are both earned incomes.
Exactly, because both are they are earn income. I hope it makes sense a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Real estates also. I'm reading the comments. So that's why.
Mhm,
Someone say real estates also is a passive income. Yeah.
mhm,
Somebody
mhm.
paying your mortgage for you. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
We can move on to the next question, Ariella.
Yes. So the next question is, what are the pros and cons of having or creating multiple streams of income?
good.
Like, what are the benefits of having multiple streams of income? Is it always good, or there's some bad sides to it, or are there only good sides to it?
Solange, I'll let you take this one.
Okay,
You
okay.
can
Yeah,
you can
there is a saying in our country saying that "Balance bungling this you." So
Mm-hmm.
when you
to
have
pop
multiple
that
sources
cherries.
of income, I don't think it's a bad thing at all, because All it is you just have money coming from everywhere, you know. And the advantage when I saw that question, I was like, yeah, the image, I like to talk in picture, you know. The image that I saw that was stuck in my mind, and that's one of the things that the reason why I do what I do is because they show it as a table. Just I can share my screen, otherwise I will share it with you. But just picture a table that have one leg, and then let's say that one leg is broke. What happened to the table?
It falls.
Exactly. But if you have a table with four legs, and then this one of them is broken, it's gonna be wobbly a little bit, but it's still standing, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's the meaning I give to multiple stream of income. Because if your income is coming from one place, once they cut it off, you are
Yeah.
on the floor, you know. So that's why you need to have that. Is there a con for it? Of course, everything has their pro and con. That means to get all those lists that I talked to you about, is you have to have a lot of money or do a lot of work to be able to have those multiple source of income, you know. So you need a little bit of cash flow, and then you need a little bit of work. You have to do a little bit of work to make sure that you have those four legs or five legs on your table. So
Mhm.
that's what I would say on that.
Okay. Thank
Nice. Yeah,
you.
you hit a lot of it right on the head. I will add just a few things. One of my mentors used to tell me, what you don't have in money, you make up in time. I'll say it again. What you don't have in money, you make it up in time. So if you have $10,000 today to put down as a deposit on a house, you got that money, you will spend it. But if you don't have that money, you will have to keep working for the time being until you can get that money and spend it on
Hmm.
that down payment. So there is always a balance between money and time that is at stake when it comes to creating multiple sources of income. Like passion projects, for instance. Like personally, I like firearms. So training takes time. You know, getting certifications takes time. Now, trying to make money with that and teaching other people takes time to build those steps up to the point where you can now consistently bring something in from that passion of yours. And we have a lot of people like that. For instance, Jack Bigedu, he loves his spirit. And he has started a show where he teaches people about alcohol. Now,
Mhm.
that's a passion project. And the work he has put in, usually what happens is most people don't see the work that goes in behind the scene of bringing up something new or having something on the side or grinding. So that's where I will say it's not technically a con, uh, but it requires your time and effort to get those things going. Even just thinking about getting into real estate, you have to do some research. Even if it is getting into a crowd-funded project, which I have to say, in the African community, I would personally like to see a lot more of that, um, but it hasn't happened for good reasons.
Mhm.
Um, but even getting those things done, like the crowdfunded project, for instance, is where, let's say, 10 guys or guys and girls come together and they put money together to do something. So technically, those 10 people have a job, but the stuff they put in money in together, whether it is real estate, whether it is offering a service, creating a business, that is a different source of income, but they're doing it together. So each of them have to bring in something, some sort of expertise, but at the same time, they have to do the research together and figure out what can work and what doesn't work and go from there. So those are the little things that I personally have seen to be um, more of a struggle than a calm. It is really hard to get to that point where you're over the hill and now you can see the benefit of what you created that's going to generate money. That's what is really, really hard to get past that point of I've worked for it, I've created it, now I can see the money coming. Most people give up way before that and they
Mm,
just go get that second job.
mm.
Mhm.
Because it's easy to see the income from a second job than it is
Yes.
to see it from a long-term investment.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I see the good parts, and that it comes with struggles. I will not call them cons, but more struggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Great stuff tonight. So let's take a quick 60-second break. And then when we come back, we will go with some of the questions that we have. Um, okay, so let's take a quick 30-second break.
Hello everyone, my name is Diana Minta. I'm a Togolese entrepreneur. I'm inviting you today to join tepdirect.com, which is Togolese entrepreneur professional directory. Free subscription is going on right now. Hurry up, join our website www.tepdirect.com. Again, www.tepdirect.com. Tep Direct, a reliable services for our community growth.
Salut tout le monde, moi c'est Enya Banks et aujourd'hui j'aimerais vous inviter sur TEP Direct. Alors c'est quoi TEP Direct? TEP Direct c'est une plateforme qui offre à tous les Togolaises et Togolaises qui ont un business à s'inscrire et à se faire découvrir par le public togolais aux États-Unis. Voilà, donc je suis sur TEP Direct, j'ai mon business enregistré là-bas et que vous soyez client ou que vous soyez business owner, j'aimerais vous inviter à aller faire un tour sur TEP Direct. Merci.
All right. Yeah, back. Okay. So also, if you are, a business owner and you have not yet signed up for Tap Direct as a business owner and you are in the United States and you have not yet signed up for Tap Direct, this is your opportunity to do so. We're still having the free subscription going on with the coupon code TEP100. Again, Tap Direct is to build the community strong. And shout out to all the new members that we have from the past couple of weeks. We have Warblow, we have some other great people joining us. So if you are out there as a business owner, an entrepreneur, a service provider, you have a product that you sell, this is your chance to get on Tap Direct and show off your Togolese pride. Also, we have merch that we have on sale on Bonfire. So we have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have mugs that represent what we are and who we are and what we're doing. I definitely love this one. This is my favorite. The one that said I'm a Togopreneur. It's it's like it's so much pride. It's like, yeah, I'm Togolese and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a Togopreneur. So if that's you, which means all of you who are members of TEP Direct, all of you should have this. So go ahead, go in the link for Bonfire will be in the comment. Follow that link and get yourself a nice hoodie. It's very warm. I love it. It's nice and comfortable. All right, so let's continue on with our show. I don't. Okay, I don't see any questions from the audience. So Ariella, go ahead with the next question.
Yeah, so before we went into the break, both Solange and Philip talked about like the cons, the struggles, the pros, and things of that sort. So the next question is how does one or how do I manage multiple streams of income?
Okay. Shall I go?
You can go.
Okay. Okay. How do you manage multiple stream of income? I think Phil talked a little bit about that before we went to the break. It's something that I always say that everybody should strive for, because, like I said before, one-legged table is not very strong. You know, everybody needs another way to be bringing money, and like everything is not easy, especially when we are talking about entrepreneurship, investment, and all those things. It's not something that is very easy. You need to work a little bit to get the result that you want. And most people, they feel comfortable with their job. You know, unfortunately, what I've been telling people is we see a lot of things that happen when COVID hit. There was a lot of people that lost their job. And for my own example, you know, I always say that I have a perfect job that is in high demand. And then on March 18, all the dental place closed. I was like, what the heck was that? You know, it wasn't my fault. It's nothing that my employer could have predict. It just happened. You know, they shut down. You know, so what do you do in that situation? You know, it's those things should make you start thinking about, okay, should I go find another stream of income or not? You
Mhm.
know, you need to, if you have things like that happen in your life, it open up your eyes to start thinking, oh, I think I need to do something, you know. And even though it's hard and it's gonna take some time, you have to invest a lot of money or something in it. You need to know that if we don't, we need to know the consequence. You know, that's what I always tell people, that you need to see the pros and cons. If I don't do this, what will happen? You know, and if you look at it and you see that, yeah, if I don't do it, nothing will happen actually, then you don't necessarily need to go for it. But if you look at that picture and then you see something is not right here, you need to do the sacrifice. They said if you don't do the sacrifice for what you want will become your sacrifice, you know.
Wow, that is so true.
So that's why.
That is very true.
That is deep.
Very deep.
Thank
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the question is how to manage multiple streams of incomes, right?
Yes.
I will try to hit a few, like a couple of things, and then a couple of technical things as well that a lot of us, including myself, when I started in trying to diversify myself in business, have um, I will say not ignored but pushed to the back. Is the first thing you need is you need to be focused, like extremely focused, um, because we only have so many channel capacities. We can only do so many things at once before we start dropping the ball, right?
Right.
So you have to focus. It's like think about it as giving yourself a promotion. When you're working for someone, usually in the United States, it is deemed you have to master what you're doing and start taking on more responsibility before you get a promotion. That's technically the baseline what usually happens. The same thing goes with creating and managing multiple sources of income. You need to be focused on that first thing that you want to get and get it up the hump. Just do that focus on it, you will have a lot of different ideas popping up in your mind. You will have a lot of opportunities. It is hard to not get distracted because we want money fast. So at first when I started this thing, I was so scattered. I was all over the place, man. Like, oh, this looks good. I'm gonna do that. This looks good. I will do that. This looks good. I will do that. And by the end of the day, I had about 7 different projects going on, and they were all at the starting level. I haven't even gotten anywhere with any of them. And I was like, wait, I was trying to make money, not spend money. That's the mentality. You have to focus on that making money process, which means that first thing that you started, see it through. Do everything you can to see it through and start making money on it. At least break even. Know that you're not losing money on that before you move on to something else. That is the first thing that I will say. But once you do that once and twice, you will see that, hey, even if it is $10 here, $20 here that I'm getting from these different businesses, you don't have that added stress of losing money or trying to keep up habitually with everything. It is a little bit less stressful. Now, um, this is also on starting businesses and doing little gigs on the side. Now, think about taxes. Okay, you're making money. Uncle Sam is right there behind you. He's gonna want his cut. So once you start thinking about making more money, start planning for taxes. And planning for taxes, if my good friends will tell you, it's not difficult. We make it difficult, but it is not difficult. Get used to having multiple bank accounts. Don't mix everything up. Don't create 3 businesses and have them all pay into your personal checking account.
Mm.
You will be confused at the end of the year as to what is what. And if you're not confused, you will spend 3 months trying to figure out your taxes. So get used to, I mean, checking accounts nowadays, even some companies are giving checking accounts for free. And if you like keep it open for a certain amount of time, they give you free money. I mean, that's an extra $50, an extra $100 that you can have in that account. But most accounts are free nowadays. Business accounts, easy to get. Get an account. That means the business somewhat needs to be legit. Um, but have a separate finance for each of the projects that you do. It will make your life way easier to stay on your taxes. Um, Also, pay attention. If you start losing money, figure out why. Don't just keep going because you think you're lazy, or you think other things are more important. If you're talking about money here, this is money coming in. Even if it is $50 a month that you're getting, and then 1 month you get $10 back, look into it. Why did I get $10? Because if you're going backward, you're never gonna progress. So keep an eye on that. And the only other thing that I will have to say is track everything that you do. Take notes. Have a calendar. That is my personal downfall. Is that sometimes I forget things. Like, I'm supposed to be doing something for this business, but because either it is family and we know life happens, you get busy, and before you know it, you miss a meeting, or you're a couple hours behind, but you need to fulfill a commitment that you already have. That is money that you can easily lose. And it takes once you set up these things, just the little glitch will cost you more than you will have made.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, start paying attention and tracking everything. Those are the only things that I will say, um, as far as managing multiple streams of incomes.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, I I just so you just said so many insightful things, and like it just made me realize that when it comes to managing multiple streams of income, there's a part of discipline and obedience that needs to be a part of it, because it's not just okay, I'm gonna make so much money, but like how Solange has mentioned, like there's so many different types. There's earned income, there's capital gain, there's profit income, there's royalties, interest, like so many like different ones. And I think that can lead us into our final question, is that with all these different types of income, where does one start with their idea to start a specific form of income? How do they cultivate that idea into an income?
Oh, man, okay, I can take this one, Solange, and have you complete me. Uh, to, to, I don't necessarily think that cultivating, yes, is a good word, but it is a necessity.
Mm,
Like, I mean, let's look around the world. Every successful person that we know today has not gotten to that point with just doing one thing. They may be successful and known for one thing, but their portfolio is always diverse. They always look for new ways and new opportunities to make money, even if it means putting something shiny in our faces so we can spend our money and give them our money. So I think it is a necessity. We need to start thinking in terms of money because money is power,
yeah.
and that's where we personally I think it's taken me a long time to get to that point because of um, I think when you're raised uh, poor, you have this mentality of happiness should be everything, and
Mm,
you strive for that, and you kind of neglect the financial sides of life because you know what, you don't have the money, so might as well be happy,
right.
but we need to start thinking just a little. It doesn't take a whole lot to make a shift. It's just little process changes, little change in our way of thinking. Is I mean, everybody else is making money. Why can't we make money? That's the one of the first questions that you should ask yourself. Why can I make money? Everybody else is doing it. It's like thinking about when you first moved to the US. Personally, when I first moved to the US with no jobs, the only thing that was driving me was finding that job.
Mm,
I was focused on finding that job. That's the mentality we need to have when it comes to getting multiple sources of income. Now you have that job. Now you need to just focus on that next thing to bring you just a little more. Because uh, having some sort of financial stability doesn't happen overnight, it accumulates. So the little things that you're doing daily, the little income that you're getting in, is what's gonna build you up. Um, some people are lucky, they make money just like that. But most of us, we need to work for it. So I would say let's make a conscious decision to start making money.
yeah, and just to add before we go over to Solange, a lot of people have been asking about like savings as well. And I think one of the words that Philip you mentioned was building. Like being able to build was something that you said consistently. So if you can just touch on that as well, like how can we be able to create an idea that won't only just give us income, but something that will help us build and sustain our streams of income?
Yeah, so building that stream of income has to do with the mindset of having a vision. So your vision is going to drive your actions. So it's like, you know how I was young and dumb once. I was one of those guys that had a part-time job so I can go party, you know, because I knew my part-time job, maybe brought me $300, $400 a month. And I wanted to go out every Saturday night and Friday night and, spend $100 and $200 impressing people. So I got the job so I can live that life. That is not building anything. It is just working, like just working for nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's your lifestyle and you can sustain it, there's no shade. You can do that. But if you want to build, you have to be consistent, and you have to be very, very. What's the word that I'm looking for? Purposeful. Very purposeful.
Intentional.
Yes, exactly. You have to be intentional about your decisions. So making $10 so I can buy a shoe is not the vision that you really want. It's not what's gonna build you up. It's rather, you know what? If I can get this amount of money in, I have $500 on that credit card that I need to pay off. That way, I'm not computing interest on that.
Yep.
Those are the building steps that you need to start taking. That's how you build it. Savings are the same thing. It's like, well, that is one thing that I've learned recently, thanks to a bunch of my friends. Debt and making money don't usually go together. It just never works, because here the credit system is built to sink us. So if you have a credit card, um, let's say your credit score is great, you have an 800 credit score. Your credit card is still going to be, I don't know, 4% interest, 5%, 6%, I mean 7% interest sometimes. But if you put money in a savings account, I mean, you're lucky if you're getting 12% back. That's like your best paying. But think about putting $500 down at 12% on a yearly basis versus a 7% interest on a credit card debt with the same amount that is computed daily. At the end of the day, the debt is gonna grow bigger and faster. So the one thing that I will also recommend is, once you start making that money, start eliminating your debt, because if you
Yep.
keep if you keep debt, it will just drag you and retain you back. So those are the type of mindset you have to kind of get yourself into. It's more a mindset of continuous progress, continuous evolvement, and keeping one step at a time, but just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep moving in the right direction. That's building financial security.
That's really great. And now, before we go into that, I would love, Solange, just for you to touch on that question. And this is also another good question here. So if you feel like you're done answering the question that Philip just answered, you can go ahead into this one.
Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit to what Philip just said. By sharing, I was watching the show last time when they were talking about other financial. I think was it a budget show?
Yeah, budgeting. Yep.
And somebody mentioned Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book that Robert Kiyosaki wrote. And most of the time when I'm talking to people about cultivating that multiple stream of income, I always refer to that book, because actually that book changed my views on everything in this country. And the same author wrote another book called Cash Flow Quadrant. And then always said that there is only 4 ways to make money. And every time I say that, I say 4 legal way. There are other ways, but
That's true. Yeah.
for legal way to make money, and that's how we need to start thinking. And he said the number one way is to have a job, to be an employee. And then we know, like Phil said, all of us are striving for something. Most of us, we want the freedom of money and then the freedom of time. But most of the time when we have that job, we don't have it neither of those, because your employer control your time. They control how much they are paying you. So you are trading pretty much your time for the money that they are giving you. That's the number one way. He said that the second way of making money, or your second way of uh, having money, is to be a self-employed. And that's most of us here. We say we fire our boss, we are our own boss. But the problem with that is we just own a job now, because you still have to go to that business or do that job to still make the money. The only thing is you don't have a boss anymore. If you want to go on vacation, you can go on vacation. But the problem is you going on vacation, nobody's working, So you have the freedom of the time, but you don't have the freedom of the money. You have either or when it comes to be self-employed. And I always tell people, we always confuse being a self-employed and having a business. And that's the third way. When he was talking about those four ways of making money, he said the fourth way is to be a business owner. I always tell people there is the difference between a business owner and a self-employed. If you have to be there for your business to be working, you are self-employed. If you don't have to be there and your business still making money, then you are a business owner. That's the fourth way of making money. And then he said that's the third way. The fourth way of making money, he said, is by being an investor. That's when your money is actually making money for you. You put your money up for investment, and then that money is working for you. The good thing about that is you don't have any employee. The money is your employees, and they do a great job. They don't call sick. They don't complain. They work 24/7, And then he always showed that chart. And then he said, if you were given a choice, let's say everybody have been given a choice today to choose two ways of making money, which two way will you choose? And every time I talk to people about that, every single person will say, yeah, I want to be the business owner and the investor. But the real question is, where do most people are today? Where are we stuck at? And that's exactly what we were saying before. If you look at it, they said almost 95% of people are stuck on the left side, which you have like the employee and the self-employed, and only 5% of the population is on the other side, But everybody wants to be on that side, but what is stopping us from moving to that side?
Yep.
Those are the mindset change that we need to start thinking about. And I always, especially in my community, I always say it's not our parents' fault. They only taught us what they knew, and this is our opportunity to change, to start teaching different theory. And that's what Rich Dad Poor Dad is all about. They say the rich people, do you think they go there and tell their kids, go to school, get a good grade, and then get a good job? That's not what they are telling their kids. They said, go to school, get a good grade, but never work for somebody. Get your own business going. And they are the one talking at the kitchen table to the kids about having a business and all that. That's how they grow up. We didn't. That's why we were stuck. And most of the people didn't know this concept. And that's why we are stuck on the other side. But it's very easy to make the switch. And that's why we are having this kind of conversation today, to make the switch from being an employee to the other side, where you can have actually a business working for you or your money working for you. And I always say that it has to start with us. We need to start sharing that information. We are not like somebody always say, you are not a tree. If you don't like where you are, move to the other side. But it's gonna take some time, some work, like we've been saying all along. That but it's a mindset shift. You have
Yeah.
to knowing that not the best way is not to be on the employee side, but to move to the business side. And does that what does that necessitate? You know, what do you need to do that? And we just need to talk more about it. That having a job is not the only way of making money. There are different way of making money, and there are better way where you can have the freedom of the time and the money also. But it's step by step. And they say that you can be in the employee quadrant right now, but start saving, you know. And once you start saving, you are becoming an investor automatically, you know. And once you are in the employee side, start thinking about your own business, start figuring out way of bringing more money, like we've been talking about all along, you know. And I always tell people, find what you are passionate about. Not everybody is passionate about finance like me. People are passionate about fashion and all the other things, like what field does the non-profit and all that. Find what you are passionate about and then make that your business. And you will feel fulfill, number one, and then it's gonna create a stream of income for you. That's how I like to talk about this stream of income. It's just a mindset shift. It's a process. You just need to know that you have to start moving step by step towards the other side. You know, that's one of the things that I really wanted to share. And if you guys haven't got that book yet, I am begging you to go get it. It's going to change your mind about this multiple stream of income, how to make money, and all that. So that's what I have about the first question. And the second question, he said, is having multiple source of income mean
Actually,
being
right before we go into that question, I think, just to wrap up, let's just give like a 30-second spiel to it. So if there's a 30-second response that you can give to this from both of you guys, and also some advice. We've been dropping so many gems, and as a young person, I really loved how you talked about like find your passion and let it grow through your business. So yeah, take the floor.
okay? You want me to go again?
You can go. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, like I said, one of the conclusion that I will do is just find your passion and just know that the job is not the only way of making money. There are different ways, and then start being curious. You know, start figuring out what are the other ways of making money and what can I personally do to start doing those things. That's what I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Solange. And yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm now catching up with some of the comments, and I mean, you guys are doing a great job, like putting out the information. They think, Mark, thank you very much. As far as the credit card goes, yes, if you're using a credit card, try to pay it off as quickly as possible, or don't leave a balance hanging on there. That's good. The only other thing that I will leave you guys with is patience,
Mm.
patience, patience, patience. Put in the work and be patient, because most of the time we again want money today. We want money yesterday. I mean, I still want money like last year,
Very true.
but that's not how money works. It's the stuff you've been working on eventually pays off. Money is almost like, I'm gonna give a very bad example, but it's like working out. Okay, when you're working out, you don't go to the gym for 3 days and all of a sudden you have a six pack. You
Mm-mm.
know, you don't even, sometimes you don't even notice that you're working out. You can get frustrated, but you just have to keep going. And just that one day, you will wake up and you'll be like, wow, look at where I'm at. Like, I have a six pack, I have nice specs. That's how money works.
Yeah.
You need to put in the work and just plow through it. But be patient, because there is nothing that happens overnight when it comes to finances. And all the good things, they come with patience.
Mhm. Agreed.
That's
That
true.
was wonderful. That
Yeah.
was wonderful. Wow. So thank you so much for having us, for being on this platform. I think there are literally so many gems that were dropped from, and just so many educational opportunities. Mind you, before I got here, I did not know half of the things that you guys talked about. So you've definitely been a blessing to my life right now. And I think it's all about application now. So definitely your passion, have patience, and run with that. So yeah, thank you so much, Clarice. Like, I it's been amazing. You asked me speechless because I really don't know what to say, but it's
Yeah,
been
thank you
amazing.
for having us too. Thank you for having
Yeah,
us. It's an
thank
honor
you, God.
to be here and sharing a little bit about what we know, and that's all we want. Share the information. So thank you again for what you guys are doing in the community. That's a great initiative, and I really appreciate you guys too.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for having us, and you guys are doing a great job. Keep on going.
Thank you
And
guys for.
again,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say thank you to like everybody that watches as well because they make the show very interesting and they have a wealth of information that only we can dream about even putting out while we're actually talking on the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for picking up the call and coming on here and just sharing your advice with us, your experience with us. We're very grateful. But we also want to remind the public, the audience, that everything that we talked about here today are based on personal experiences, based on what they are not, we are not financially advising anyone. It's on you to do your own research. It's on you to read the books. It's on you to know what's gonna work for you. Okay, we talked about experiences. We talked about different type of streams of income and everything. Doesn't necessarily means that that's what's working for you. So you just need to, if you need to talk to financial advisors, there are plenty out there. You can find Togolese ones on Tap Direct, and just because everybody have different stories, everybody finance is different, so maybe you don't need to invest, maybe you need to create a business, maybe you need to do a franchise, maybe you need to just do your 9 to 5. Everybody is different. So again, we just want to put that reminder out there. These are based on personal experiences and what people, what they know and they want to share with us. On that note, we want to really thank you guys, Miss Solange and Mr. Phil, for really coming on and taking the time out of your day, because time is money, and you're here and you are not getting paid to be here, and you chose to be here to just share a little knowledge with us. So I'm very, very, my team and I were very, very appreciative of that. And thank you so much for all the gems dropped. I know Ariella mind is still blown. That's why her hair looks like that.
Okay.
Her hair matches her mind. Right. Terry saying that Solange, you should drop another proverbs on Ariella before one free one for the road. And she gonna keep writing them, and you're gonna see her tomorrow post on Instagram with quotes from Miss Solange.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So next week, guys, it's TEP member corner, and our guest for that is Miss Zifa from Zifa Boutique, and she's going to be our guest for TEP Member Corner next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Omaha time, and that is 5 p.m. California time. So be here and come and let's chat with Miss Zifa. Let's all hear about her business and what she's doing, and who she is and whatnot. So also want to put a reminder out there for all the TEP members that if you have not yet signed up for a spot to come on the show, to talk about your business, please do so. The link is on our page. The new members that join, please go sign up to be a part of the TEP member corner. And we want to say a very big thank you to our audience for always being great with all the questions and all the inputs from you guys. It has been awesome. It has been great. And sur ce, je vous dis bonne nuit et à plus. Bye bye.
Bye.